Right. Good morning, everybody. Another episode of the Keep Going podcast, Athlete Shining a Light on Mental Health. Super excited. We got a full boat of hosts and Mike Sain the second Mike, correct?
Absolutely. Yep. Yep.
I'll
Yep.
start there, man. How'd you go Mike Sain the second, man?
So obviously my pops is Michael and Sain the first. So they wanted to go the second instead of junior. Because they didn't want people to call me junior. Not in a bad way, but they just that was their vision is that it would be like Michael, Mike, me, and my dad. So they wanted the second so they could make sure that it held that way.
I love it, man. And I saw that late. I actually posted a graphic. And I'm like, I gotta put the second on there. So I refreshed it up,
I
threw the
appreciate
second on there. I'm like, I had
it.
to get it right, man. I completely get it. I think I'm the fourth Pat O'Malley, but the middle names are different. So I don't have any of that issue for sure. Dave, what's going on, brother?
How you doing, P? Not too much. A little early this morning, but I'm excited to be here, and we got the full crew, and it's going to be a good one for
I
sure.
love it. Dave, been loving the graphics this week, man. Shout out early month of May for Mental Health Awareness Month. Thank you, Dave, for all you do on the socials. Jackie, speaking of the socials, what's good?
Not much. Long week for me with Boston sports, but we'll turn it around. I'm spoiled, so I can't complain. I'm just happy that I have teams that make the playoffs. So, but back in
Let's
Plymouth right now, so working
Yeah, let's
tonight.
stay there. If you had to talk to Boston sports fans right now, what would you say to them?
I think we're all thinking the same thing, so just that we'll be all right. I mean, hold on to hope for the Red Sox and hope that the Pats can figure out all their drama by the time September comes around. I really can't complain because we're so spoiled.
I love that. Just to flip the earth real quick. Obviously, Mike, the Magic, man. That's like your thing right now. You're helping out in that organization. Obviously, the NBA team, playoffs, big exciting times for them. I will be very honest. If I didn't start this episode with the Orlando Magic play the song theme, dude, like, do you know how that came about, man? That's been all over social media. Let's start there.
Yeah, man, it was a song that was created, and obviously, you know what I mean, we have had the level of success that we've had in those windows where it just kind of caught on social media, and then they play it in the arena after games, and it's yeah, I mean, it's definitely one of those exciting things that's to call itself like I'm sure you could probably think of like something that teams had one team throughout the league, and that's a really cool one for us. They revamped the song too, I think like a year or two ago, and kind of like modernize it a little bit. But it's always a lot of fun. In the arena afterwards, they'll bring out like a massive roll like a speaker, and then one of the guys will go up, talk to the crowd, hit the button, play the song, and everybody kind of hangs at the end of the at the end of a win to wait and see that happen. So it's always exciting, man.
Yeah, being a Cubs guy, as you can tell by my background, like it kind of gives "Go Cubs Go" vibes, and like that's a really good thing.
For
Like that
sure,
gets
for
the
sure.
fans involved. Like I just look at your tweets most of the time, or like on Instagram, I should say, to be like, wow, okay, the graphics are cool, but play the song. Like that's like the coolest
Absolutely.
part about it for sure. Mike, if I'm not mistaken, man, I could be wrong. Did you find our podcast through Gossip? Is that how you found us?
Yes, absolutely. So, Brandon Goss is one of my best friends. Obviously, he and I spent a ton of time together in college, playing together, and then have stayed really, really close ever since, kind of along our career paths. Somebody I lean on a ton, just personally, professionally. It's funny, it's cool, man. We actually played Oklahoma City's G League team this season.
Hmm?
So he's obviously in Oklahoma at his head coach is at the JUCO there. So I made the drive. It was perfect because we played two games with the day off in between. The G League is a little more unique. Obviously, NBA you're in and out. But in the G League, a lot of times you'll stay in a city and you'll play. We played OKC on call it like a Monday, Wednesday, or can't remember off the top of my head what it was. But then on that off day in between, I made the drive out to Tonka to catch a game, spend some time with him. So it was cool. That was my first time seeing. Actually, sorry, second. But it had been a couple years of seeing him coach and seeing him go. So they said very, very good friend of mine.
Yeah, shout the boy Goss out. And just to connect the dots, Goss was at Rock Valley when I was there. And we
Yep.
were both young, dude. Like we were so young, like early 20s. And I remember being like, he was my office like neighbor. And I remember being like, this is a great guy to like see how he handles his business. And I was 22, 23. We were all trying to be in college athletics for a long time. And shout him out, man. He's been college athletics for I think over 10 years now as a coach. So shout out
Absolutely.
the boy Goss. He came on season one, y'all. Like it's a long time ago. So shout the boy out. That was a Eureka connection, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, that's correct. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely. Mike, tell me about the early on living, man. Where are you from? Tell me about your childhood. Just get us a little base here.
Yeah, man. So Columbus, Ohio is home for me. So essentially grew up there. Ended up going to Eureka College, so I was out there for 4 years. Played on the basketball team there, and then afterwards ended up going to grad school back in Ohio at Kent State.
Yep.
And then along that way, both in undergrad and grad school, I did internships at the NBA league office. Did one on the kind of like the business side initially, and then ended up switching over in my grad year. I worked in player development, but on the obviously there's the player development within teams. It's on the court, the drills, workouts, that kind of thing. But this was the off-court player development. So mental health, social responsibility, financial awareness, career transition, just like things of that nature, like player support, essentially. Just different programs and things like that that help these guys along their career paths. So I ended up doing that both in grad school and then right after grad school for probably about a 2 to 3 month window. I went back again. And then after that, actually came back to Columbus and I was a high school athletic director. Um, at Columbus City Schools there in Columbus, and really, really enjoyed that, man. Just kind of just obviously a catch-all role, operationally, supported the students, things of that nature. Did that for 4 years, and then on the tail end of that, another Eureka connection. Charles Mizuraka, who is now a sports agent with a group called
Yep.
Splash. He and I obviously he was a senior when I was a freshman, but he and I had stayed in touch. So I kind of tapped back in with them in kind of a support role, just some different projects, scouting, player support, like things like that. For that agency, and then was blessed enough to parlay that back into a role and an opportunity with the Magic in the G League. So in the fall of 22, ended up moving down here, and ever since then have obviously been super blessed to be a part of a really, really good organization, and have progressed my way through and have been really, really excited and loved this role and the responsibilities that I've had in this kind of basketball operations, NBA, G League space. But very, very excited to be in it and feel super blessed.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say, man. Like, you seem super grateful for what you get to do. You've had kind of an unorthodox run at this to be where you're at now. What did you learn on the mental health side in those beginnings? I shouldn't say starter, but those starter roles, right, to get to where you're at now. What did you learn on the mental health side?
That's a great question. I think in so many of these roles in sports, as you guys know, it's a lot of long hours, a lot of miscellaneous tasks, a lot of things that can wear on you. But the blessing is that you're in something that you love. Like we're around sports, we're around those things. So I think leaning into that and then the relationships and the people as well. So, you mean who is it the people you're working with? It's people you're working around that kind of help you. They help you in those actual tasks, and then just fun to be around while you do them. Yeah, I've been super, super fortunate. You mean our group, our G League group that I've started with and been around since, man. Just people that are a blessing to be around every single day that'll support you, that they want to know about you personally, right? Versus like we're all gonna work together professionally and we're gonna have that dynamic and get our jobs done. But outside of that, our families, our friends, spending time together, getting to know each other, I think that helps bridge those gaps so much and just makes going to work extremely enjoyable in those settings.
Love that answer. Jackie, all you, I'm going to you.
I have to ask how you're feeling about Game 7 today. I know it's been a wild series for the Magic. I really like watching the Magic play. I'm assuming you guys have a good culture at your end as well, just based on what they look like on the court in the NBA. So I'm curious where everyone's head's at today.
Yeah, just excited. Like very, very, very excited. You know what I mean? It's one of those things like this is the stuff you live for, you know what I mean? Just these opportunities to go out on a big stage and you mean put everything on the line and obviously all the stuff that's been worked towards. But I mean I think when you think about just moments like this, it's like it's excitement. You know what I mean? Nervousness in a good way, in a very, very good way, but like that you've given yourself the opportunity, you know what I mean, to take that next step and to be in a game like this. So I think when the dust all settles, like, and you look at it like an opportunity like this going into it, it's like this is, you know what I mean, a great spot to be in, something you can go attack and be really, really excited about.
Totally. I like watching that team. I think they're a little gritty. They're like the
Sure.
Magic are like a not non-controversial, like non-problematic, I feel like team, and they're always just good to watch. I've enjoyed watching this team this year, so I'm excited for today.
For sure. Appreciate it. I'll be about probably 2 inches from my TV right here, watching as close as I can. Just
I
really,
love it.
really
I
excited for
love
the
it.
group.
Well, Mike, I got to get some for the social media. Who's your pick to click tonight? Who's going off? Who's getting the rock all night tonight for the Magic?
Oh man, I wish I could say I had no idea. I'm gonna be straight fan watching. Straight, you know what I mean? Just throw my Magic hoodie on and be excited to roll.
All right, I love that, dude. Well, hey, playing it nice and close to the vest, which I respect as a
For
young
sure.
professional, brother. I love that. Well, let's do this, dude. Love the Magic. I love your story coming up. As we look back, we talked about it. We had Gossett on in season one. He was one of our first guests. Now, almost 200 episodes in. When we get to episode 400, 500, where is Mike saying the second looking to be?
Man, that's a great question. I always tell people I just kind of like to follow like the natural progression, you know what I mean, of it. I came in a essentially a seasonal basketball operations type of role, and just have been super blessed like year by year that I've been trusted to be kind of boosted and moved along a pathway that I've truly enjoyed. So I kind of just tell people that natural progression, but I want to be in a situation where I stay around this basketball operations space, be it supporting our players, kind of building rosters, doing scouting, supporting staff, like all of those, anything you can think of when it comes to managing and running a team, whether that's G League, NBA, just kind of trusting that process, and that's what I've been so excited to be with the Magic here is that I feel like there's a very clear just kind of plan and trajectory, and so nothing's promised. But at the end of the day, you just come in, you work hard, you do your job, and let things go from there. But to answer that question, I mean, I just hope that if I was talking to you guys again, that I've been in this industry for a long time and continue to progress where appropriate. But man, just hoping to be here very, very long term.
Good answer. I'm going to go to David Mitchell in the mailbag here in a second. My last question for you, man, is I don't know. You come off as a good friend and a good family man outside of the professional realm. How do you keep things moving in the right direction in your mental health day in and day out?
Yeah, man. So, like I said, the number one at work, our group is amazing. You know what I mean? It's the people that I'm around every single day, put smiles on my face. You know what I mean? They challenge me to continue to work harder because they work so hard. You know what I mean? It's just a great environment. Our players, our staff, that part of things just makes that part super easy for me at work. And outside of it, I got my dog. He's over here laying down.
Yep.
My
Yep.
wife as well, and then her family, my family. Like you just have so many people that you can lean on, that you can talk to about work, non-work, their lives, everything. You know what I mean? All of that stuff just gives me a lot of levity. And then crazy update is my wife is pregnant and with twins. So.
Yeah.
We got two on the way. We got two on the way very soon here. So
Hold
that
on,
part
Mike.
of it
Hold
is,
on. We got a pregnancy update here on the Keep Going podcast. This is
yeah,
incredible. I'm fired up. Let's go, Mike.
for sure, man. Very, very excited. So, um, definitely looking forward to it. And no, it's gonna be busy, but I mean, I got two more reasons to smile when I'm at home. So.
Man, what a blessing. Dave, it's all you, brother. Try topping that, baby.
Oh man, I don't know if I can do that, but I'll try my best here. You seem like a pretty positive guy, Mike. Have you ever struggled with doubt throughout your career? And what would you tell someone that may be, struggling with confidence or believing in themselves right now?
Yeah, man, that's a really good question. I think the time that I think to the most is that 4 years when I was a high school AD. Loved every single minute of it and helped me grow so much personally and professionally. And I would not be where I am today without that window. And I think when I think back to that time frame, you always have goals, right, and ambitions. And I wanted to be in this NBA and G League space one day. And I think along that way, you get years and years and summers after summers of looking at different opportunities. Maybe some materialize and you interview and you don't get it, or maybe you never hear back and things like that happen. And you do have that some of those moments sink in where you're like, like is it going to work out for me? And whatever that goal may be for an individual. So I think when I think back to those moments, I think just a lot of prayer and trust that, you know what I mean, like it's going to work out and in God's timing the way it's supposed to. So I think like when you're in the midst of those times, whatever that looks like. So like in that example would be a professional example. I think just staying the course, staying with it, and I mean if it takes, I tell people if it could that are looking to get into professional sports or any role that's a goal for them. Like it could happen in 2 hours. You could get a random email or a call that could break for you. It could be 8 years, you know what I mean? But I just truly believe if you stick with it, if you stay with it, you mean it's going to work out. So hopefully that answers that question. That's a really good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I think just kind of finding those windows and trusting that process because ultimately, I mean, we'll all have something like that we're chasing or going after, or thinking about, hoping that it works out. So in those moments, just kind of like stay in the course. Like I said, it could take 2 hours, could take 8 years, but at the end of the day, like it'll work itself out.
Love that answer. Is there anything that you do that like grounds you or makes you feel a little more present? Because I feel like we're all like-minded and kind of a little bit of future focus. But is there anything that helps you to just stay grounded and, be in the moment more than thinking about what's going to happen next?
Yeah, absolutely. I had somebody give me some great advice one time, just about the concept of like, especially when in sports, of like sometimes like take a second, like if it's pre-game, if it's in-game, to kind of like, especially when you're like when you're working, right? Like you're running around, you're thinking about different stuff of like just like make sure you take windows to be like, wow, you know what I mean? Like look around the arena, look around practice, look, you know what I mean? Just like all those different things and think about like how excited you would be, you know what I mean, if your past self knew this is where you'd be. Um, for me, a lot of times I actually do it during the national anthem of games. I'll kind of like sometimes drop my head, close my eyes, I'll pray, and but towards the end, like the last 10 15 seconds, kind of just like open my eyes, like look up and remember like all the different places you've done this. You've done this, stood here in high school and listened to an anthem while you're playing, and in college, and then you've been at games as a fan when you weren't in the NBA, and like now you're in it, and you know what I mean, just kind of remembering those times. And I think those are always my windows to do it that always are really cool for me. You open your eyes and you're traveling, you're in the West Coast and Portland G League team, or you're at an NBA playoff game, these past couple games. I think all those windows are really exciting, just to think about that journey.
Yeah, that's awesome. I like how you phrase that, kind of like go to the past, be like, man, if I would have known I was here 5 years ago, this would be amazing, and kind of brings you back to the present. I love that. My last question, is there anything else that we missed or a message that you would want to give to someone that's listening today that may be going through a hard time or that may be struggling a little bit with their mental health? What would you tell them?
Yeah, man, I think just find people that you can lean on. You know what I mean? Because I think when I think about my own mental health, I think about, I'm sure you guys and my family and my friends and everybody, of just like having people to like connect with and talk to. Don't do it by yourself. You know what I mean? Like, and whatever it is, checking on others, and then obviously that gets reciprocated. They're gonna check on you. Just keeping that level of community. I think it's huge. That's obviously why I'm sure we all love sports so much, because it just creates this level of connectivity. And not to say that doesn't happen in corporate America or in general roles, responsibilities, but I think sports, as we all know and have experienced, just has this very um, unique ability to kind of go a little bit deeper than the surface level because you're going through things physically together with workouts and games, and then later or early mornings and late evenings when you work in it. So I think it just manufactures this natural level of connection that can be very, very healthy for us to all be able to share and connect with each other on the mental health side of things. So I think leaning on others and just don't do it by yourself. You know what I mean? And don't. I think what I've loved so much in this this modern era is the elimination of that stigma, right? It's like, hey, like check on people, like how are you doing? You know what I mean? How are you doing? No, it's not okay. It's not wrong to feel a certain way, and that's good or bad. Like share the good and the bad. But I think just that constant communication and connection, I think is huge to support that.
Man, you're light, man. You got a certain energy today that
Appreciate
you
it.
brought today. You got a good smile. You got everything going. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing your time and story with us.
For sure, man. No, and thank you guys. Like I said, this kind of stuff I can tell obviously how I've watched you guys' stuff and follow it and just how professionally you guys do it, how insightful it is. You know what I mean? I just think it's just such a cool platform. So obviously, however I can support, let me know. You know, I know you guys all have amazing stories too. So just excited to obviously stay connected and keep following, but however I can support along the way, please let me know.
Yeah, just play the song one time, Mike. That's all we gotta do. No, I'm just
Let's
playing.
do
I
it.
know,
Let's
like
do
for
it.
real.
Let's
Like,
do it. That's the
no,
goal. Oh my goodness.
Mike. No,
I'm gonna have to like do it. I have to keep my mind off of it until 3:30, you know what I mean? Because I was like, I gotta do
we
random
started you
stuff.
early too. We started you early on the day, so I
No worries. No, I'm
apologize.
up. I'm up anyway. But so
Sure.
this is part of it. This has been amazing because it's gonna help me. It's gonna take away. This is an amazing window. If we could talk for another 4 hours, I'll do it. I'll do it.
No, I told Jackie earlier in the week, and we were
All
just
right. Yeah.
texting, and I
All
was
right.
like, I'm sitting there. I go, I hope Mike doesn't cancel because like it's game 7. Like like I wouldn't blame you if you were like, hey Pat, like this is a huge day, but the fact that it lined up like this.
For sure.
And you guys were up in the series, and now it's a dog fight, right? And now here we
Yeah,
are Sunday. I don't know. I'm a man of faith. I think that happens for a reason.
for
I
sure.
think the pen is. I think the pen is being written as we speak. I think the puppy's next to you too right now. Can I get
Yeah,
a
he
puppy
is.
cam?
He's getting a little. Getting,
Yeah,
it's blurring him.
yeah. Oh, I'm fired up, man. Last thing I'm gonna ask you, man.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna cheat you. This would be the first episode ever where I didn't ask you your keep going moment, which I'm not gonna miss it.
Okay.
What is your keep going moment, man? What is something that you got through that will inspire others to wrap up the episode today?
Yeah, man. I think probably holding that theme of just like if you have like a role or a job, a position that you're going after. I used to hand like I said in those moments, like I didn't think I was honestly, man, I didn't think I was gonna get into the NBA and G League. I had told my wife that, and obviously shout out to her because she was like, hey, no, she told me absolutely not. Like you're good, you know what I mean? Like keep working, never quit, like stay at it. But I used to like I would write scouting reports and I would hand write written notes to like say like hey like if there's ever anything that fits my skill set like would love the opportunity to pursue it. This is obviously emails, paper written stuff, all this stuff, mailing it, sending it. Um, I got obviously from via email you'll get some responses and some connections, but on the handwritten ones I only got one reply and that was for here, and it just happened to make its way to the desk of our now G League general manager, Kevin Tiller, and you know what I mean. The rest was history. He brought me in for a conversation, an interview, and was blessed enough to get the role and position, and I've been going since. So. Obviously, shout out to him, Kevin Tiller, our GM, our assistant GM at the time was Trent Pennington, who I interviewed with. Audie Amiri and I came in the same role in position that year and have been super close ever since, like our whole group. So I think just that reminder of like, hey, you're just one small thing away. You know what I mean? Like I said, it could be now, it could be down the road, but like you're right there. And for me, that was my reminder. I had hit that moment. I'm like, is it gonna happen? Do I want to keep pursuing it? Do I want to do that? And thank God, you know what I mean, that for my wife and my family support, it didn't quit, and the group down here that brought me in. So. I think that's mine, man. Just like you said, if whatever it is, I mean, whatever that thing is, if you're still playing and it's that breakthrough, if it's a role, responsibility, just anything, it's just always right there. But to just lean on others around you, and stay with it, and it's going to work itself out.
Jackie, I'll put a bow on it by saying this is some IT, that slow grind energy right now. It's that slow
Yeah,
grind. And I
yeah,
know
yeah.
this is a magic podcast, but this is what it reminds me of. You have some Isaiah Thomas energy for real. And I love that side of you and just who you are. Just You're one away. And D Mitch talks about it all the time. You're one away. And a lot of us give up on this before we get to there.
Yep. Yep.
I'm blessed to know you, man. I'm blessed to know that you have that mindset. And I know it's going to inspire others today, man.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you guys for all you guys do. Like I said, here for you guys when you need anything, and just thankful that I could be a part of the convo. Like I said, just thankful for you guys and what you do.
Let's do it. Go Magic. Magic at 7. Everybody have a great rest of their Sunday and keep going, moving forward. Thanks, guys.
Appreciate you guys.